Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Susan here with another book review. Stephen King this time still, yes, my favorite author. I know I'm late to the game with this one as it came out in February of 2022, but as a bonus, I've had time to read some reviews of other people who have read this. And again, it's a love-hate relationship. Some people love it and other people hate it. And I technically don't understand the hate it part. Stephen King is my favorite author, and I will admit if he makes an error somewhere that it ticks me off, etc. Right? I'm not that blind just because of Stephen King, but this one, to me, is a winner. Fairy Tale is an exceptional book. It is another doorstopper with 600 pages, $5.99 plus one little blurb of acknowledgments. It is very thick, but also very well written. Now, a lot of people claim that Stephen King is just a horror writer. No, he's not. He can tackle things like fairy tales just as adeptly as he does with horrors or other issues, other genres, because he writes about people, and he writes about people very, very well. Okay, he can flesh out a character so that you can close your eyes and you can see that character clearly. Crisply. Every detail is laid out in a way that you don't even realize you're reading all the details, but it fleshes it out in your mind and puts you right in the story. He can endear you to some characters and make you absolutely despise other characters, whether you want to or not, as far as I'm concerned. But Stephen King wrote this story and had me, I couldn't put it down, people. I have trouble putting this one down until I finished it. I finished it last night and it held me gripped to, I had to find out, turn the page, find out what happened next. What happened next? This one, okay, I'll read you the little blurb in the top here in the inside cover. It says, legendary storyteller Stephen King goes into the deepest well of his imagination in this spellbinding novel about a 17-year-old boy who inherits the keys to a parallel world where good and evil are at war, and the stakes could not be higher for that world or ours. And yeah, well, the deepest well of his imagination. Keep that in mind. If you pick this up, you are going to find out how he gets from our world to that world. And it is ingenious how he sets up two different worlds in one space. Like it is mind-bending. I really appreciate how he thought things through to the point where how these worlds interact and interconnect and how they don't. How simple it is to stop up the movement from one world to the next. I just gotta say, I hated Mr. Bowditch right from the beginning because he was a cranky old man that Charlie Reed, our 17-year-old protagonist, met quite by accident. But he grows on you. Mr. Bowditch grew on me to the point where he steps out of the story. You miss him. difference between our world and that other world are, what do we say, magical. They are so different that it's hard to wrap your head around. But once you do, you start to think of that other world as normal and our world as the imaginary one, or the one that is hard to believe. What I do appreciate is how Stephen King wound this up to the end of the book, and he pretty much tied up all the threads, and he answered our questions that we still had, while not giving away too much. It lets us finish it on our own as well. What I do appreciate most about Stephen King is his sign off to us, his constant readers. I am a constant reader. I do have a huge collection of Stephen King, to which this book will now be added. I'm just thankful he still writes. He still writes books. Given the age he is an older gentleman now, and he said he will write till he's gone. Like he has no intentions of stopping. But in this one, it says, and I want to thank you, constant reader, for investing your time and imagination in my tale. I hope you enjoyed your visit to that other world. One other thing, I have a Google alert on my name, and over the last year I've seen so many obituaries of those lost to COVID who have enjoyed my books. Too many. I mourn the passing of each one and send condolences to the surviving friends and family members. That tells you how connected he is with his readers. And I appreciate that most about this man. He has an imagination that I can't find anybody else that has an imagination as prolific and as imaginative as his. I highly recommend this book to anybody that likes fairy tales. You'll recognize several once you get to that other world. But there's a little bit of a twist in each one. So he makes it his own. So anyway, I really appreciate this book. It is, again, it holds me right to the last page and keeps me turning pages, as a good author should. And anyway, that's my sum up of this book, without giving any spoilers, because I think you should pick this one up for yourself and give it a read and see if I'm not right on a lot of the things I've touched on. So thank you very much for watching. I gave this one 5 stars, man, 5, without a hint of a problem, full 5. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.